after, just a couple quick announcements. Seniors, don't forget to send in your baby ads with your first and last names to Angie Euros. Deadline to do so will be Friday, April 3rd, and the pictures will either be used for the senior hall at After Prom or senior celebration in May. Students, also don't forget to check both your teachers' websites and Google Classrooms for assignments.
Okay, class, it's time to take some notes. Get your notebooks out. You can put your phone away.
Right.
Quit playing Gallagher there on the computer.
It's kind of starting to turn into Last Man on Earth. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah. It's going to be massive. Where they like start buying bunkers.
Okay, hey, today we are going to learn about the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
God, so boring.
It's starting to turn into Last Man on Earth. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah. It's going to be massive. Where they like start buying bunkers and stuff.
What was got to try
explain what happened. Quite hilarious.
He wants the civil engineering.
Well, dreams, they feel real while we're in them, right? It's only when we wake up that we realize something was actually strange. Let me ask you a question. You never really remember the beginning of a dream, do you? You always wind up right in the middle of what's going on.
I guess, yeah.
So how did we end up here?
Well, we just came from the,
Think about it, Ariadne. How did you get here? Where are you right now?
we're dreaming.
You're actually in the middle of the workshop right now, sleeping. This is your first lesson in shared dreaming. Stay calm.
Another dream? No. Oh, God. Oh, no. I've seen this one before. Of course.
Where'd he go? 4. Where'd he go?
Oh, brother. What is this?
I got 5 more years till retirement.
Hey, big fella. Get back in class.
No, dude. What was that? You don't understand.
So you were watching TV again and you went inside of it.
How did you know?
You know, it's not that big a deal. You know, it happens to the best of us. You know, after all, we're in a TV production show right now.
I'm Bob MacArthur. I teach astronomy, geology, meteorology, and earth science. The SOFIA is a stratospheric airborne observatory. So you fly into the stratosphere, it gets you above all the water vapor, so we can do infrared astronomy. So I had to do an application through the Airborne Astronomy Ambassadors Program, which is put together through the SETI Institute. And the big thing here is just to get teachers to do this sort of astronomy. So I had to do an application, but I had to have some requirements. I had to be teaching for a while. I had to be teaching the electromagnetic spectrum. So these are things that they said that you have to be doing. The training for this program was kind of based on what I teach. So we haven't done any big training yet. So far we've had a few online webinars where I meet with the team, things like that. We have 28 total teachers, so 27 other teachers from all over the country. So that's pretty cool to meet teachers from other states that are teaching the same thing that I am. Eventually what we'll have to do is we'll fly out to Palmdale, California for our flight week. And then I also have to go to another class to do curriculum training, because that was the purpose of the whole entire thing, was to do curriculum training, to use infrared astronomy in the classroom, which is part of our electromagnetic spectrum unit. So this is just going to beef up that unit, which is going to be awesome because it's like real life experience on learning what infrared astronomy is and how the infrared part of the spectrum works. So there's a lot of different trainings. I have to take an online astronomy course and all that stuff. So it's kind of fun. I get to nerd out. So right now with the webinars, we're learning about what SOFIA is. Like, why is SOFIA unique? SOFIA is unique in the sense that it looks at a specific wavelength of the electromagnetic spectrum, the infrared. And it's the only telescope right now that really observes infrared astronomy, which is really important because it allows us to understand how stars form, how planets form, how atmospheres and planets form. Also, the dust and the gas that surrounds galaxies. Now, what we'll be doing is we'll be going on our flight week, and my flight week is May 31st, so that's when I go out to Palmdale, hopefully do one or more flights on SOFIA, and working with the astronomers who have already had their proposals already accepted. So we'll be looking over the shoulders of the astronomers, kind of seeing what data they're collecting. We have our own set of computers that we see the data as it's coming in, and we can talk to the astronomers about what they're studying, what they want to learn, and kind of what their research is about. So, and then we'll be using that in the classroom and that experience in the classroom. So that's it's kind of a cool, unique experience for sure. So the cool thing is I've known about SOFIA for a while because when I was working in my undergrad in Flagstaff, Arizona, at Northern Arizona University, I was working at Lowell Observatory. So I was talking to a lot of astronomers who've actually flown on SOFIA and other airborne observatories that kind of predated SOFIA. And we used those airborne observatories, or Lowell Observatory used those airborne observatories to discover or confirm evidence of Pluto's atmosphere and other really amazing things. So I knew about SOFIA. I'm like, oh my gosh, that'd be really cool. What a unique thing. And I've had a few friends fly on it. And then when I was at a National Science Teacher Conference in St. Louis, I heard about this program for the Airborne Ambassador Program, and I'm like, I want to apply. So I applied, and then I got it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got it. So I'm like, woo! But on the email, it's like, congratulations, you've been accepted to Cycle 8, AAA. I'm like, yes! This is, government embargoed information. So I'm like, I wasn't allowed to tell anybody. I knew about it in December. And so I did not know, I couldn't tell anybody until like the end of February. Now it's like super exciting. So I just think this is a really cool, not only experience for me personally, but it's going to be able to bring just amazing current research into the classroom. You know, a lot of the time students come into the classroom and, you know, they just, how does this apply to the real world? Okay, we're talking about this, we're talking about that, but how do we get that information? How does this apply? Well, this is it. This is how we get this information. This is how we, you know, move on in our knowledge of the universe. And being able to bring that experience to my students is awesome. Not only for me personally, not for the students, but just for our community, for our school district, for our school. I'm the only teacher in the state of Colorado that's part of this group. So it's just really cool to represent not only our school district, our school, but also our state, because, you know, there's a reason why RAD is in Colorado, because we're the raddest state. So I just feel really honored to be part of this program.